Hey everyone, Gabe here from drumbeatsonline.com, a website that helps you become a better drummer. Today we're going to learn 2 easy beginner hi-hat patterns. So let's jump right into it. For everything that we're going to be playing in this beat, we're going to keep things nice and simple. So our kick drum and our snare drum are going to be playing the same thing for both beats. And that is going to be kick drum on beat 1, snare drum on beat 2, kick drum on beat 3, snare drum on beat 4. So I'll play that for you real quick just so you can get a nice feel for what that sounds like. All right, so now we're going to spice this thing up a little bit by adding in our first hi-hat pattern. And what we're going to be doing with that is we're going to be combining 8th notes with 16th notes. So 8th notes are going to be counted like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So there's going to be 8 notes in one measure. 16th notes are going to be played twice that speed. So there's going to be 16th notes or 16 notes in one measure. So we're just going to do a little bit of combining with that. So what we're going to do is for beat 1, we're going to play 16th notes on our hi-hat. So we're going to play 4 notes on our hi-hat, and we're going to count that like 1, E, and 4 notes. So from that point, we're just going to go right, left, right, left. Then that's going to take us to beat 2, which is going to be where our snare drum is. So with the snare drum on beat 2, there's not going to be anything else played with that. It's not going to be a hi-hat and a snare. It's just going to be the snare drum. And then from that point on, we're just playing 8th notes on our hi-hat for the rest of the time. So we've got 1, E, and 2, and 3, and 4, and of course with the bass drum and the kick drum in there as well. So let me play that beat for you all together at a few different tempos and check out how it sounds. So make sure you don't feel discouraged if that first part of the beat is tripping you up a bit, because I know you're playing the 16th notes on the hi-hat, but all the while on beat 1, you're hitting the kick drum as you're playing the 16th notes, and then you're going right into beat 2, which is on the snare drum. So I know that that pattern can be a little tricky, but make sure you're just taking it slow. Make sure you're just relaxing, taking deep breaths, and you'll eventually get it, and then you'll eventually be able to play it a little bit faster. So now let's move on to our second hi-hat pattern. So for our second hi-hat pattern, again, we're sticking to the same pattern on our kick drum and our snare drum. Kick drum on beat 1 and 3, snare drum on beat 2 and 4. So this one, if you haven't played this beat before, can be a little tricky. The base of this beat is what I like to call the dance beat, which you'll hear in literally every single pop song that's on the radio right now. So pretty much what you're just going to be doing is you're going to be hitting the hi-hat on all of the upbeats of eighth notes. So what I mean by that is when we're counting eighth notes, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and the upbeats would be the ands. So we're taking away all of the 1, 2, 3, and 4, and we're only playing on the ands. So that by itself would sound like this. So now we're just going to add in one little note to make things a little bit spicier. So what we're going to be doing is after the and of beat 3 on our hi-hat, we're going to add one note on the of beat 3 right before beat 4. So now instead of just playing 3 and, it's going to go 3 and 4. So now it's going to be 2 hi-hat notes instead of 1, but only on the and the of beat 3. So let me play this whole thing all together for you at a few different tempos so you can get a better feel for how that sounds. So again, with this beat, playing on those upbeats could feel pretty unnatural if you're not used to it. So playing between your foot and the upbeats of the hi-hat can get tricky. So again, same thing, just take it slow. Don't get discouraged, guys. You can totally do this. We've all been at this place of having a beat that's just really tricky, but the key is just take it slow and just remind yourself that if you spend enough time on it, nice and slow, you'll be able to get it and then play it a lot faster. So thanks so much for watching this lesson, guys. If you want my best drum lessons, I would highly recommend my drum lesson course, Ultimate Beginner Drum Lessons. If you want to check that out, you can check it out right here. And if not, you can check out my last YouTube lesson right over here. Thank you so much for watching this lesson, guys. It means a lot to me, and I'll see you next week. Bye, guys.